Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and a lot of good stuff. And as always, I also publish on Rumble. Pay attention on Rumble today. I will release another episode of Alan Wake. Not Alan Wake, The Evil Within 2. They are almost the same genre, but yeah, the Evil Within 2 on Rumble. And of course, after I release all of them, I will start doing the same thing for Void Bastards. And for YouTube, I also post on the blogger page there, and of course on Patreon for extra support. I've been going around here. I will okay, during this week I will start off again, resume the XCOM 2 gameplay, since I have basically everything ironed out on my backhand, and I'm feeling way better in terms of being comfortable of recording a long format. I might still a bit cloggy on the nose here and there, but it's something that I can deal with, so no issues there. And I think I'm going to do another gameplay series. I've been watching here and there, trying to tweak around some settings here to try to play 4K, and I just need to set up the recording thing to see if the audio levels and everything is okay. But I think I'm going to start up with Prey, the 2017 game. That game I managed to claim it in Epic Game Store a few months ago. And it's one of those that I always, when it comes up in a deal, I always recommend it, and I'm going to start to play with that one. I'm kind of interested to get around that game, see what we can do with that. It's an immersive sim. I think that I read at the time that there is ways to finish the game or reach the end game through some shortcuts, let's say that way, in terms of decisions that you can make. I will try to do the best I can, not to go like shortcut route, or else I cannot enjoy the gameplay systems that they put there as a playground for us. But yeah, I think I will go that route on that game. And of course, in the meantime, I think I will do the 4K gameplay series, and then after that, I think I'm going to do the Tomb Raider one. Yeah, I think I will start doing that, and I need to do a revamp here. I don't know what to do with the Hearthstone gameplay here, even though it was I don't know, I think almost 400 videos, not 400, but at least 150 to 200 videos for sure that I did with the Hearthstone. So I don't know what to do with this. But yeah, I will try to revamp here a little bit at least on the gameplay series. Again, as always, some of these tutorials are a little bit older, but they serve their purpose, and to a certain degree, the overall fundamentals there are still worth to check out. Yeah, the only thing that I have to do one of these days is put myself here and do regarding some budgetary stuff here, and do some PC components and do some builds here. I don't know when I have time, because I'm a little bit busy still. This is start going for the Christmas times, and a lot of projects coming in and out. But yeah, basically overall, I need also to think about and doing again. I'm always telling this, but I have to do a proper channel update, more focused on what's going to happen around the channel. Again, this is my free spare time thing, so I try to do the best that I can here. But yeah, let's go for the news here. We got not good news here from Intel. They have their APO, which is basically like game optimization kind of software. They have no plans to support this kind of tool on the 12th and 13th gen core CPUs, so this is basically going to happen only in newer, so the latest launched the 14th gen, let's say, which is basically a 13th gen refresh. It's even explicit on their product pages, so it's not something that new. That's why it's a little bit baffling why they doesn't support, at least at the moment, the 14th gen, since they have their own inside stuff to do. But yeah, I didn't see this video from Hardware Unbox regarding the good and the bad regarding this APO technology. which basically it does is tries to sync up the E cores and or shut off those cores depending on the game itself to try to boost in terms of frame rates here. You can notice this more when you play the lower the resolution is, because the lower the resolution, the more the game engine is dependent on the CPU. And of course, the more resolution that you input, let's say 4K, it's more dependent on the bottleneck of the GPU. That's why APO can be good on the lower end machines that play lower resolutions. And usually at this time, the minimum benchmark is 1080p. As you can see, the supported ones, which is basically Metro Exodus and Rainbow Six Siege, you see a lot of improvements in overall kind of 10% improvement in 1080p, 6% on 4040p, and 1% in 4K. That's why, because it's dependent on the GPU basically. Even though, for example, Rainbow Six Siege, you can get 400 FPS on 4K, but yeah. You can see that it's more dependent on the lower the resolution is, and basically, as you can see, they ramp up some of the E cores in terms of frequency, so you can handle more frame rate increases with this APO stuff. But the fact that you have to go around, and it basically at the moment it's only supported MSI motherboards, but they managed to go through ASUS that basically supposedly supports also, but then you have to install a proper Intel application optimization, so the APO, Jesus, yes, APO kind of a thing there, and it's only available in Microsoft Store through PC. It seems a huge hassle to try to get this thing on. Again, I'm going to revert for AMD, because AMD, you got everything on the driver side. You just install the driver, you get all the options there. You can do all the optimizations, all the tweaking, all the overclocking is done in one app. That's why it's way easier to do that way, even for a guy like me that is not very savvy in terms of going around and trick everything. I just know I have like the auto stuff. Usually it works for me. Don't have any issues, and even for the smart stuff, which is you can use it's smart. I think it's smart that it's called, the technology from for AMD. It's everything can be done through the application. You don't have to go to the BIOS and try to check the options there to turn on and off or whatever it is. But yeah, there is his video here. I didn't watch them, but yeah, seems kind of decent in lower end machines, again, mainly because it's more dependent on the CPU performance in terms of getting better frame rates. And I suppose it doesn't show here. I don't think there is like stuttering or something like that. Even with a lower percentage here, seem to increase with that. So I think it gives a good performance bump here, especially if you're trying to play with like lower end lower end machines. 10% can make a difference. Like you're around the 50s, 60s, and you can get an extra boost there for smoothness. I think it's always good. But yeah, not a lot of games are supported at the moment, and the fact that for you to have this basically installed, you have to have a proper motherboard, and I assume that it's only like high-end because of the Z790 thing here. I think it's mainly because of chipset, because of to handle better the power delivery to the CPU. I don't think this is basically solely dependent on the CPU itself. I think it has to do with the fact that the motherboard has like better power controller and everything, so you can ramp up the frequency to the E cores. But yeah, good and bad news regarding this aspect. But yeah, at least it's what I got from these guys here at the moment. We'll see how they will improve or not this situation. Hopefully the sooner the better. We got I spoke about the YouTube stuff. They're going now for the Adblocker guys. that have this installed, and there seems to be they are going to in hot waters, especially in Ireland, because it appears that the practice can be a huge concern in terms of privacy of the user, which of course it is, because for the Googles or the Chromium, because this is for PC users, I suppose, and even for mobile, because it can detect if you have in any device that you have YouTube stuff, it can detect if you have ad blockers or not, and for them to go around and know if you have this kind of thing implemented, they basically have to spy on what you have installed and what settings do you have, so they know that you have the ad blocker installed and on, for them to pop up supposedly that warning that basically tells you to disable or to sign up for premium. This guy, Alexander Haff, filed or is filing a complaint. He already did a police report or criminal complaint, and they are, again, they will give more information on the matter. I suppose this guy is like more technical guy that knows the ins and outs of this. Basically, in addition of the spying charges, Hanf has also filed a civil complaint against YouTuber's browser interrogation system that is responsible for detecting ad blockers with the Irish Data Protection Commission. I think they are more strict in here, which is good to protect the users. And of course, the authorities are already going after Google for answers to the claim made against the video streaming platform. Some quotes here from the guy: "I consider YouTube script to be spyware, aka surveillance technology, and it is deployed without my knowledge or authorization to my device for the sole purpose of intercepting and monitoring my behavior, whether or not ads loads in my browser or are blocked by an ad blocker." Continuing, "I choose to go down the criminal complaint route because historically EU regulators have been absolutely terrible at enforcing the e-privacy directive, and I mean really bad, I would argue even negligent." And to finish off, "Additionally, the Irish law I am using holds directors, manager or other officers who willingly cause such an offense to be committed liable to the same offense and are not shielded by a legal entity they work for." Yeah, usually this kind of things, when you try to go for the CEOs and the guys that basically do take the decisions regarding this kind of things, usually they can shield it behind the entity that the corporation is, which doesn't make any sense because the corporation by itself doesn't take any decisions. It's that's why you have CEOs and COOs and all those guys and all the C's and all the O's. Because they are basically the chief guys that are responsible operationally for the corporation itself. Hope this goes somewhere, and as soon as the better. And I think we'll start to see that this will not go end very well. Hopefully the EU is more at least making laws regarding privacy. In this case, the privacy directive, they are a little bit better than, for example, the United States. They are to a certain degree captured by the corporations, but they are better at least doing some directives and trying to enforce some, or at least make some laws to try to protect people's best interest. Usually, we got some wins here and there with, for example, with APO regarding like the lightning charges here and there. We got all of this kind of stuff. Usually it tends to be a little bit better, but it could be even better than it is. But hopefully this will stop, because when you start to go into war with the internet, usually it doesn't go very well. And of course, there are always going to be a way to go around regarding YouTube trying to spy on you. For sure, for example, that the one that comes in mind, Brave, which is a browser privacy focused. From what I understand, they are still above these kind of things, if not mistaken, because they are built in Chromium, but they just tweak around the way they want fool YouTube to a certain degree that it cannot detect if you have ad blockers. At least that's my understanding, because this is being implemented region by region. This thing of the ad block detection. I think they are trying to test the waters, and it's not going to work very well. This is not how you deal with your customer base to a certain point. If you want people to sign up for premium, you just need to have a tier of premium that it's worthwhile subscribing to. I don't think you're trying to make people pay, or else you cannot watch. People just go elsewhere, or they find a way to get around the thing. It's like a little bit like piracy on gaming or other software. There's always going to be a way of going around that. No matter how hard you try. You can have, for example, in gamings, you have the NOV anti-tappering stuff. It just messes up with the games in terms of performance, and usually like within a week or less you always already have, if you want to search for pirated copies of those games. So without the fact that it doesn't have the anti-tampering software already, so it even usually performs better than the legal copy, which by itself is something that they just put themselves in a corner there. Yeah, but it is what it is. Again, I hope these guys just quit on this and just make their service a little bit better, especially for the premium users, so it gets more enticing for them to go for that and have better user experience if you buy on premium. I think the most blatant one is the downloads. They usually sell, you can download the videos from YouTube. With third-party tools, you can also download the things there to your PC or to your cell phone, and you don't have to worry of being online or not to watch those videos. So there, as I said, there's always a way to get around that. And yeah, even with premium, in that Louis Rossmann video that he did, he got premium at the time, and he tried to, okay, I'm going to download the videos like a podcast or something for me to listen while I'm offline, so I don't spend data to use this thing. And yeah, he reached a conclusion, even having the file on the phone and put on airplane mode or remove data usage, the video cannot be played if it is not connected to YouTube account or whatever it is, to the YouTube app. And yeah, the fact that you supposedly can download it, okay, you can download it, but you cannot watch it or listening. It's not a good user. It's not a user-friendly service there, and you're paying premium for that. And while I don't have premium, but if I really want to, like I did with my own videos, I can just download any video from YouTube with a third-party 4K and then upload it as I do for my oh my god, for Rumble. I use that third-party tool to download in 4K, because even in my own channel thing there, the video manager, I can only download at 720p, which doesn't serve me anything because I upload to YouTube in 4K. So I had to use a third-party tool to download in 4K, so then I can upload the full video in 4K again for the Rumble, because again, I black space, and I basically had to erase a lot of the videos, because every video that I do from gameplay occupies around almost 50 gigabytes of space, because I want to do to upload the best version possible that I can on the platforms. And yeah, that's why I did the download with third-party tools from YouTube too, so I can upload my own videos that I did in the Rumble site there. But yeah, hopefully this they just dropped this thing of trying to go for the ad blocker stuff, which is not a huge user base, but it can be this is going to have the Streisand effect, because the mass user base from YouTube, most of them don't even know what it is an ad blocker, don't know how to install an ad blocker, don't know how to use an ad blocker. Usually they just cope with the ads, and that's it. And I think with this calling this in attention. I think people will get more interested in realizing that there is a very easy way of putting an ad blocker working without any issues, and don't get like the ads running on their at least on their browser. I think that user base is going to increase, and YouTube will suffer for this, because they are trying to clamp down on something that people, even I'm a little bit I'm a little tired of the ad stuff. I cope with it because I listen to a lot of stuff from my phone, from the app itself. But yeah, too much ads playing all the time, it gets tiring. So it's almost equivalent to watching like cable TV. But yeah, I will stop rambling regarding this. We got some good news regarding gaming. Remedy's Vanguard co-op game is being rebooted. I talked about this a few weeks ago when I think they did, not when the game launched, but there was some earning calls regarding the future projects on Remedy. And this game, this project, Vanguard, was under the umbrella because they've been kind of acquired, not acquired, but the Tencent bought a little bit of the shares here from Remedy, and they were basically funding the project, basically like a free-to-play co-op title. And basically that project was scrapped. And again, the quote is, while Vanguard has been cancelled, it has been rebooted. It will now be a paid premium title and will be referred to by a new code named Kestrel. Apparently, this revisioned version of the project will, this is double here, will lean more on Remedy's core strengths, which co-op free-to-play kind of games was not one of them. They didn't do any kind of these games, at least as far as I remember. They are more Alan Wake stuff, and even like Max Payne. They're more story-driven action or drama kind of a thing there, which is the core strength, world-building, story, and atmosphere. It's good news, so they keep their focus on what they do best, which is the best thing, because free-to-play, as you can see, that there's been a lot of stuff, even though Warner Brothers announced they are going to double down on that, so don't expect for their games to be any decent, especially with the upcoming Wonder Woman game. I think I covered that also a few days ago. It's not going to be good because it's going to go around on the games as a service, so free-to-play co-op, whatever you want to call them. They give you several names so they can disguise it as a void-sucking money pit. But yeah, hopefully Remedy will do a pretty good job with this game, by the fact it just scrap the free-to-play co-op title and go for okay, you just pay the full price and you enjoy the game. I think with the next thing here that I'm going to cover, the next article, which is the Game Awards nominees. The fact that Baldur's Gate 3 has been an excellent game, and how also they went about it, which is releasing a full game, full price, and that's it. No more extras here and there. I think it's how it was for most of my life. You buy the game and that's what you get, and there is no DLC shenanigans, no everything. I can understand if it's worth it. I think something like The Witcher 3, the kind of DLC stuff there, it's understandable in terms of the company itself. I can understand, and I can enjoy because there is a lot of stuff that is being offered to you. Similar to like Dark Souls 3, those two DLCs were pretty good. Hopefully Elden Ring will do the same thing with the Earth 3 expansion there. Those kind of things I can tolerate, and to certain times I can, because it can add extra to the game itself, so you don't need to have the DLC to enjoy the full, the supposed full experience of the game itself. It's something extra that is added, and it doesn't take away from the full-on experience if you don't have that DLC. If I think I make myself. I hope I hope I get the message through. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Baldur's Gate 3 and Alan Wake 2 got 8 nominations each, or 7 or something like that. Yeah, 8 nominations each. Sorry. Supposedly Starfield only got 1. Again, it's a lot of flashiness from Starfield in terms of technical prowess, but yeah, I will not go for all of them. But I would just go for the oh my god, the Game Awards, oh my god, the nominations and the not the fields. Oh my god, categories. The categories. Sorry, I'm a little bit fuzzy on my mind. So Game of the Year, Game Direction, Narrative, Art Direction, Score and Music, Audio Design, Performance, Best Performance in terms of the actors itself, voice actors, Games for Impact, Best Ongoing. So I suppose older games also counted here, like Cyberpunk and such. Best Community Support, Best Independent Game, Best Debut Indie Game, Innovation and Accessibility, Best Mobile Game, Best VR AR Game, Best Action Game, Action Adventure, RPG, Fighting, Family Game, Sim Strategy Game, Sports Racing, Best Multiplayer and Most Anticipated Game. This is for future games here. I'll see if I can find their site. I think you can just register there on the Game Awards site there and make your votes, and they will be counted on for the show on the it's December 7 December, something like that. I'm not sure. I know I saw the date somewhere here. But yeah, I will leave the link of the site. I will try to find it while the video is uploading for you if you want to register there. I did this last year. Yeah, December 7th. I'm sorry, it's on the end here. I will watch the video and I will come up when the thing is finished. I will do a video dedicated for this. And of course there will be for sure a lot of upcoming trailers for upcoming games and all the such. I always like to watch this one because I just watch one of those with interest, because I don't want to occupy my time just watching live streams of award shows. But yeah, I think Baldur's Gate is going to win a lot of them. I'll make also. But yeah, the other games here, even though it's been a very good year for gaming, we've got even like Resident Evil 4 Remaster, the Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty DLC here, which by itself it's almost like a full game in terms of content and what it offers to the game itself. But yeah, Final Fantasy 16, didn't play that one, or didn't pay too much attention because it's like the console stuff, so I didn't pay very much attention to that, but it seems a pretty good game there. But yeah, I will leave the site there, a link on the description, as always with everything that I cover here. And I'm going to wrap up with some gaming deals. We got now Prey, which is that's one of the reasons that I decided to go for this one. Most likely, throughout this week, I will give you an update regarding that. I will do a gameplay series on this one. It's 90% off the base game. The Digital Deluxe, which has the Moon Crash and Typhon Hunter, I think they are good modes. At least from the reviews that I watch, I think it's the better one. $8, give or take. I think it's a good deal here. We got also now we got Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch remastered, so the first game in remaster form. I don't know, they never put the two games lately. They don't put the two games at the same time on a deal, but now the first game in remastered version, it's 85% off. It's one of those little games that I want to try out because I like very much the art style, and mainly because it's the art style and the fact that it as a JRPG, you know what you can count on. Got also Ghostwire Tokyo with a caveat here, it's on a deal, but it's 50% off if you buy with Deathloop. Yeah, it seems that Deathloop is not that good a game, so they just bundle it up with Ghostwire Tokyo. So basically, basically you pay the full price of Ghostwire and you get Death Loop for free, basically, give or take, which is kind of interesting what they do here. But yeah, very positive Ghostwire Tokyo. So I never paid too much attention to this game. I don't know why. It's from the same guys from Evil Within studio here. But yeah, I don't know if because it's like a first-person like spellcraft thing here. It's not very much my taste here, but the setting here seems pretty interesting. If you like this kind of games, like this kind of first-person like fingering, fighting your enemies by fingering, which is yeah, I know. But yeah, it seems pretty interesting, the setting itself, with all the Japanese mythology, like kind of monsters and spirits and stuff like that. Seems pretty good. And lastly, we got Wall World. It's still on a deal here. It's one of those that I like to try out also because I'm like very much the mix here with roguelike, mining, tower defense, and like boss battles, and the fact that you can upgrade throughout the runs your equipment here. Seems pretty interesting the way they're going about it. You just go up and down through the wall and dig your way around and getting more upgrades, and the fact that it's like a spider web seems pretty interesting here, the design here. And yeah, basically this is it, guys. I'm going to wrap up for today, again with my plug of my Patreon for access support. Again, this access support at this moment is for the storage purposes, for me to have backups of the projects that I do for my private clients, and of course have some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. Basically that's at the moment, that's my urgency there. But yeah, hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. So until then, Kunamy Master out.